Good morning, folks, and welcome to Power Negotiating. Today we're going to talk about fear. And everyone's always worried about what is the seller going to say? I don't know what to say to them. If you're worried about fear, let me ease your fears just a little bit. Every time that you talk to a seller, guess what? They're more afraid of you not calling than of you calling them and not knowing what to say. Because they have a problem, you have a solution. I always want you to remember that. A lot of people say, I just don't feel right calling people. What if they're rude? Trust me. You want to be very professional in your approach, and you tell them who you are. Hi, my name is Reed. I'm a real estate investor. I help people save their credit by stopping foreclosure and buying houses. Is now a good time to talk? If you say that, they've got one of two responses. Yes, now's a good time to talk. Or no, now it's not a good time to talk. They're not going to say, I don't want to talk to you. If they're in trouble, they're going to talk to you. What happens if they're not in foreclosure? If they're trying to sell their house, guess what? They want you to talk to them. They put out an ad in the paper. They planted a sign on the side of their house saying, please come to my house and buy this house. They're not going to be rude to you. If they are, they're idiots. In which case, you can make even more money because you're going to be rude to everybody else, so they're not going to have any other buyers, so you might be the only one. So you have nothing to worry about. Let's talk about knocking on doors. And everybody's sort of like, oh, I can never knock on doors. Let me give you a security blanket. Remember the old Peanuts cartoons where Linus had his security blanket and you take it with him everywhere? I want to give you a security blanket so that you can go anywhere and talk to anybody. If you are already experienced doing this, you don't have to do this. But if you really want people to open the door, bring them cookies. You can say, Reed, what do you mean cookies? Do you know how to bake cookies? You can go ahead and make oatmeal cookies, show them some chocolate chips, some white chocolate chips, some macadamia nuts. If you have a plate of white chocolate chip macadamia nut cookies, and you knock on the door, what are they going to say? Are they going to say come in, or are they going to slam the door in your face? They're going to want those cookies. Now you're going to say, Reed, why in the world would you do this? I want to have something that's going to break the ice. I want to have something that's a little bit different so that when I open the door, people are going to invite me in. Now, as I do that, I'm holding the cookies in front of me. What I'm going to say is, hi, my name is Reed. I'm a real estate investor. I noticed your ad in the paper. I saw your sign in the yard. I noticed in the public records, however you found them, that your house is for sale or you're in trouble. I was wondering if I could go ahead and talk with you. And you hold these cookies right here, right in front of you. And if they reach for them, they're not reaching for them. They're not getting a cookie until they allow you in. Now, do you have to have them on a plate? No. You can go ahead and put them in a little plastic baggie or whatever. But what you want to do, if you're terrified, no one will ever be rude to you when you're bringing cookies. Think back to when you were a kid and your mom said, okay, everybody has to play nice, otherwise no cookies. What did you immediately do? You immediately modified your behavior and you played nice. If you knew you were getting cookies at the end of this, you're going to be the nicest person that you could be. And that is a basic common instinct, and everybody realizes that, and everybody likes cookies. Now, if they're diabetic, they might not, but most of the time, everybody's going to love cookies, and if you approach them in the correct manner, you're going to get around that fear. Once you're inside, what do? Remember we talked earlier about you ask them 3 things about the house. Tell me a little bit about the house. You let them say 3 things, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, how big it is, and then you interrupt them with, wow, that sounds like a great house. Why in the world would you want to sell? And then you shut up. And hopefully you've caught them off guard, because most people are basically honest and they have to think before they can tell a lie. And so if you knock them off guard, what they're going to do is probably, if you've already established a little bit of rapport, they're probably going to tell you, I'm facing foreclosure, I lost my job, I got another job, I'm moving, I don't want to make 2 house payments. Whatever it is, that's your opening. And then you want to ask them this question. And this isn't an original read. This was done by a gentleman that was friends of my folks, Mr. Wiley. And they were over in India. and they were looking at some items in the marketplace, and he would always ask this question, and it served him well. I'm going to make you the best offer I possibly can. But if my best offer doesn't meet your needs, can we still shake hands and walk away as friends? Is that fair? What just happened there? What you've just done is you've told them that you're going to make an offer. But if your offer isn't good enough, it's just a business decision. It's nothing personal. Can we still shake hands and walk away as friends? If they say yes, they've allowed you to make ridiculous offers, as long as you make them with a smile, and they're not going to be offended. You've just eliminated another fear. Now, there's an old saying in real estate, the first person that mentions numbers loses. So I want you to use this technique as well. I want you to ask them this question. I don't know if I can, but if I can make an all-cash offer and close quickly, what's the lowest price you can take? And then shut up. Let them think about that. And the first number that comes out of their mouth, I want you to do the old grimace. Ooh, ah, really? Is that the best you can do? 8 words. Really, is that the best you can do? Typically, people will lower their offer another $5,000 or $10,000 on the spot. Why say 8 words just to get $5,000 or $10,000? Yes. That is now your maximum offer that you'll even consider. Not saying that we're going to pay all cash and close quickly. That's just the maximum price. Now we're going to work on terms.